Yo, let's go. What's going on, everybody? Let's get right to it. Free harmonic pattern 2-week trial. Get your username. Send your username to hpc at sr-analyst.com. Get with it. Get with the program. And let's get to it. What do we got here? Bitcoin hopelessly not going to come out of the weekly reading. What can we expect from here, folks? Let's get to it. We've got a deep dive on the Bitcoin and the rest of the market. Signals are not there. Talked about oversold harmonic patterns needing confirmation, and here's the deal. This complex formation that started a couple weeks ago still hasn't hit the 50 level, which is our gauge for the whole pullback. We need a launch pad. We need some definitive signals. And what we're continuing to do is not there. It's not there yet. So again, we've got to be patient. What's going on, chat? Welcome, settle on in. Let's get to it. Same goes with this Nasdaq. Oof. Nasdaq is just hasn't provided anything constructive bullish just yet. Not even close. Bitcoin is here flirting 60K right now as we speak. And I know probably some people are going to go live in a second as it dips under 60K. What's here? Remember, we had these 4-hour patterns, and now you're back with an official T2. Great to have patterns. We need some confirmation. No confirmation, no opportunity. Yet. So that's what we need to line up. And these hop levels down at 58, 57, they're still valid. The 4 hours like this, and I'm thinking with the announcement, you got Fed speak today, we're just beckoning that oversold. We want it. Get it. Let it happen. Let it come to everyone. It's not what people want. People want straight moon. But ever since the weekly complex came out, this thing over here on, there you go. We've been waiting for that 50 level, and HSI's been just, harmonic strength index has just continued to lag. Nothing constructive. No confirmation. Okay. You're usually going to put yourself in a spot where at best you get a reaction. Reaction reversal. That's how we're thinking about it. A few people asked me last time, we talked about some of the oversold readings and, those strategies. It's great to have patterns, but how do we know? Like, how far is it going to go? And I refer everybody back to the basic member page over here on harmonictrader.com. Maybe it was because I think we had a little issue with some access last week where people couldn't get in. I don't know, but the book you want to review is volume 2. Go in there and just look at the RSI and apply those to the same strategies. This is what we're looking for here on complex formation. We came down to the 50 line. And where this mid arrow is, that's what we've been waiting on for weeks. It's been taking longer than I think anyone really wanted to, but we're here. So let's get to it. What's going on? Miss Stephanie, how are you? Carthago, David, Brain Freeze, Philip, everyone, Red, Joe, what do you guys think? What are we going to do with this Bitcoin, right? Love to hate it, hate to love it. It's just, we're still in this pullback pause. And I think we're, again, I will go back to last September. Last September down here, We need some kind of inflection. And so, that was pretty much what one of the prime signals for us and from last year. That HSI settled in, finally did an inflection, came out. And I think that's really, we're going to see how far this could come down. It's go to the 4 hour. This stick on the 4 hour. What's been our recipe? Daily oversold, 4 hour patterns, and we're there. So 61 to 70 the whole time. I mean, it's just been for 6 weeks now. That's what you're doing. You need a trigger to get oversold, and then you could launch something. Yeah, I don't think so. Carthago's saying he peeled off a bunch at 72, and you're ready to peel off the rest. Yeah, I don't. I'm just looking for a retracement opportunity to get oversold. 4 hour chart or what have you. The software is now generating this T2. It just happened literally, 30 minutes before we came in today? I mean, you literally just did the T2 on that. And you look at your indicators, HSI. Have we come and let all the air out of the tire? Not yet. Not yet. We need to, can we, this could happen pretty quickly, but you hit the inflection. Hit the inflection and then back up. Get this magnet out of here. There you go. And that's what we've been looking for. Listen, yesterday we actually had a bearish dot, just for the downside, that really triggered this down to the oversold. So where's the opportunity? Okay, where's the opportunity in Bitcoin? Because I don't want to get too negative. Really, I'm still thinking that we're in a pause scenario. We're in a situation where the daily time frame, the weekly time frame has come all the way back down to where we want to see it. And this is the M formation we've talked about since, 2 months ago. When did we really talk about this? We really kind of outlined this for the first time, maybe back in early March. And at least you're at the 50 line. That's going to have to hit. And where's your reading? You're like at a 53 reading right now. Right there. So it's not there yet. It's close, but not quite. Still a little bit more to go. And I again, that would be a shakeout and a half under 60. It probably happens when what's his face starts talking. So, line it up. Let's look at Ethereum. Look at all that red. Crypto always does that. Either bleeds or oozes the green. Ethereum is down under 3K, and 2880 is the big number. On the weekly chart, you pierced oversold now, but that has to pivot out. So this is going to be a big week, and we hit the 50 as well. Look, this is a little further along, but you have your M formation. You're down to the 50. Okay, we're getting fairly close, but we got some work to do. 4 hour time frame. This is the other thing that we've highlighted quite a bit. Come on back. Where'd you go? There you go. So we had a 1-2 at 28. Remember, I just said 2880, 2888 to be exact. What's the problem here? No real confirmation on that test. So I would say a whole reset, come back down again. Give us a confirmation under 2880 on Ethereum to set it up. Look, there's a 4 hour deeply oversold and complex formation as well. The daily looks like this. Couple of dots, you know, not a heck of a lot going on here, but 2880 is the number. You want to get exact. I prefer to be. Some people think, you know, you can't. It's tough to kind of boil everything down to one number. I like to think of it, yes, in zones always, but there are critical make break numbers where they kind of spring it. And I'm looking here on the weekly where we're at some levels that, come on, hit 2880 and then give us something at 2880. Weekly time frame like this. Everyone else, you know, everyone else is looking at this phenomenon. You know, simple uptrend. We're right back at that kind of challenging. The uptrend had started from October. All right, can we get oversold somewhere in that area with, if we know 2880 is a huge number? That's where I'm looking. And now pierce that up, the uptrend line, and then start to give us something, oh, I don't know, pivoting out. You have to watch this by Sunday. Big week. And it, you know, goes to show you with the Fed, everything else happening. Sounds like the ETFs over in Hong Kong were not a success. For BTC, yeah, I mean, it's overcooked for now, but we're almost at the end of that retracement. Couple more. Here's a big one. Okay, I mentioned this last time, and I think it's a good proxy for everything we're doing. Binance Coin on Binance Feed. What is it? It's a shark. Shark to 5.0 with confirmation. So up here at the 886 at 604, it did check back, and we get a red candle. We'll get a dot. We'll get a yellow dot that basically says chill it, cool it for now. That would need another retracement as well. Whereas there's the daily, and this happened over the weekend. A big HSI go nowhere up here. I mean, that's some firm resistance, unable to bust through for now. At least back here a few weeks ago, for Binance Coin, you had possibility of some high levels to continue, but it went nowhere for 30 days. There you go. 30 days looks like this from the dot. Day 30 was like 5 days ago, and then you put in a bearish HSI. That's the issue. That's what we're looking at. Hey, Ivan, what's up? Ivan says DXY, and that is the reason why. Dollar rates, they're going to be top heavy. It's not going to be, you're not going to avoid that US dollar situation. So we're still looking for these things to get oversold. You need to have even like Binance Coin, which has been relatively strong, come on down. And even this one, you know, you could assume at a minimum the last few times that we've gotten under this 50 level that you have to wait for the turn. So no reason to jump in until we do something like that, even if we don't get fully oversold. Last few times on Binance Coin, you hit and then you pivoted up, hit, pivoted up. They went nowhere. But again, if you're looking for long opportunities, that still needs to happen. And preferably with HSI and some dots. Yeah, Jay Powell's tomorrow, yes, but he's today as well. You know, these people are leaking all of their information. This is all front run stuff. Let's go to the total index. We finished up on that last time. And we're 215, and we were saying we got to come down. There's daily. Weekly looks like this. going actually just lower. We hit the 50 mark. Great with total index. HSI still oversold. And again, we're not really looking for any launch pad until we can reverse that situation. I think last week we were really digging deep on these, thinking we're oversold. Can we hit and then give an inflection? Not yet. It's not there. That's on the weekly as well. So what are some of the logical retracements minimum for total? Is it going to go with 382 off the low? X, A, B, C to a 382? Because your B point there looks like we will get a W formation on this move. Yeah, we're going to have to wait on that. Also, listen, tomorrow is first day of May. You come into the monthly chart. This is something else I'm looking at where look at what monthly's doing. Okay, monthly on total crypto index come out. That's come out. HSI's come out. We'll see by the end of today or even in tomorrow. But on the monthly chart, that's pretty big. And everyone's looking at the retest of last month's low. I think structurally we got to look for a 382 here, even as a monthly 382. So you got work left to do. And it's not like we have, it's this retracement, this pause, what have you, just hasn't really materialized into anything other than kind of dead weight on the weekly trend and then rolling over. I think we bust it today. And then get down to where we need to be. What's that? That's certainly under 2 trillion. 1.9? I think so. Meanwhile, Nasdaq's falling apart right now as we speak. Let's go there. Nasdaq's low of the day. And here we are on, I'm going to jump around today, but look, this is the deal on Nasdaq. Ever since last week, we've had the crab pattern, and Nasdaq, I've said this before, has got everything that you want encompassed in the index. It's got semis, it's got big macro tech, it includes crypto. But what happened last week was just this throwdown crab pattern. And we had a type 1, so yeesh, it's 17,722, which is where you are right now as target 1. And I think that follows through. We get back down to 17,280 pretty quickly. I think this is going to shape up to be a troublesome week for what happened in comparison to the last 2 weeks. This little bounce rally. Like crypto, we still have work to do. There's still, you got some patterns here, but you don't have anything to the downside. Not yet. You almost hit like 2 weeks ago. Still early on that. The daily looks like this. Not even close. This would be a big test. I mean, I feel like we'll come back here on Thursday and we could be 700 lower, 600 lower. You're 17,700 right now. And this is when you put on the harmonic pattern framework and then just describe it to yourself. What is that? It's a crab pattern with a type 1 reaction. What do we know? The stuff's got a retest. 17,280 is the retest XA level off of that crab, but basically March. So the rally from March got thrown down to a 1618. Last 2 weeks, just a flat off reaction. Come on, back down. Not even close yet. It's now here's the thing about the weekly time frame, that it's been a amazing 8 months, but I think like a lot of your big crypto with these big signals, until I see like a counter trend HSI, and I mentioned this last time, we are very similar to what we had last summer. And we knew it was a reaction. It seemed a lot more devastating than just a reaction, but that's all it was. But we haven't even generated an HSI signal. And you're at I think a more developed pattern here where I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to wait and see, but we're still down here. And even with last week's action, okay, with this big shark pattern, you're not close. Where is this? Yeah, you're not, you need to have some kind of inflection up. And last week I said, let's look next week. It's still early, and we need to see some positive development next week. You don't have it. If anything, you have this daily crab pattern that you're going to have to deal with. And we have precedent. Remember this shark? Okay, no matter what happened, forget what happened to the right of the chart. If we're here at the shark pattern, we hit T1. This one had a few more things there. We still had to retest. And then we launched. I would say that's what we're looking at there. I'm going to jump around here a little bit. What's the problem? The problem is dollar. Wouldn't I expect a type 2 on the shark? Well, to do the type 2, quick question and a good question, where's the type 2? Because we haven't even done a type 1. If that's a type 1, so the question is, wouldn't we expect a type 2 on the shark? The key is go to target 1. And it doesn't, it differs depending on the pattern. But it's like this, the shark to 5-0 there, and then that would be the 2, or even, to the 886, something like that. Yeah, I really wanted to see a counter trend HSI develop. Did not. The thing that it's something I'm just respecting the readings. Okay, market is still in an uptrend, and we are. Let's just get a little perspective. There's a monthly. Let's just go back a few years. Okay, what's up here? A couple of HSI signals. Yes. What about our 1618? Here's our 1618. Right. What is it? It's 1618 Nasdaq futures is above 20,000. It's 21,000. Okay. But hitting these individual levels at, where is it? Like 18, 19K. It's the QQQ that really shows it. So here's the Qs. Weekly. Same kind of a shark. Same type of a setup from last year. Okay. We're always looking for structurally for that reaction or first HSI, whatever comes first. This is this was the 886 from last year, right at 387. And what happened is you let out more than enough air, if you will, out of the tire. I always say that, to where you didn't ever get to T1, but you had a high level HSI, you come back retest. And all along 445 on the top side, 424, continues to be the two numbers, the range, the zone. Here's your daily. Looks like this. And just frame it out. There's 424. We're as low as 418. And on the 4-hour chart, this is the one I'm looking at, where we were up here at 430 just recently. It was an hourly. I think it was an hourly. There you go. There it is. It's really, it's difficult to see this because the crab pattern on the low, kind of sloppy. But no doubt we got a really nice bat pattern retesting 431. What do we look for there? Target 2. T1 to T1 dollar sign. It doesn't matter what the time frame is. That's the approach. So we have a bullish pattern. And this sucker actually got to target 1 exactly. Another little clue of why we have to come back. Nasdaq going to low to the day under 17.7. Look out. Look out. This thing is going to be a whale coming in about, oh, I don't know. When are they going to release his minutes? At 2 p.m.? Anyway, since that dot, this is the dot right there, 433. We're looking at 418, folks, as our target too. At a minimum, we're in this hop level. If we're going to look at the crab, utilize both patterns. This still is, you drop another 4 points. I think that could be like today or tomorrow. You get down to 422, 423. That's, you know, you shoot these gaps. And once you get there, like we're in between going from hop level, target 1, down to our objective, which is the T2 off of the pattern won't generate till we really get lower, a little bit lower. We hit target 1, 433. Now you're going to have to wait, let this come in. Where is it? Yeah, look. This is why I look and wait for indicators, because you get stuff like this. You can already see that this is a pretty steep cut into the oversold level. And that stuff takes time. Last time we were here, you go all the way back to like the 24th. You dropped into the oversold, but you spent how many sessions? How many hours? Lower, lower, lower until you could even get the inflection out. That's where we are. Part of the process. Mr. Ken, how are you? He's saying MicroStrategy is getting smacked. Let's go there. We're going to hop around. Look at stocks, look at crypto. Just be on the flow here today. But down to 1,000. Wasn't this a weekly deal? Yeah, we're still looking for the weekly here. Like Bitcoin and the rest, let it come in. We need the inflection. Look, last time it was just back in January that we were down here. And this situation, it's interesting to kind of highlight this one. Because similar scenario, there's our complex structure. Red line goes on. HSI hit. It stabilized and turned and went. This one, I think it's just the retracement itself is taking a bit longer. Look, you had the dot right there. Now we're coming in. We finally get the price movement after the dot. That's something I've been highlighting quite a bit on 5-minute charts. I'm going to pop up some of the stuff I've been posting in the Discord this morning. Just the same thing, 30-second chart, 5-minute chart on day trading stuff, and here we are on the weekly, where you want an opportunity on MicroStrategy, just give it. I'm going to have to be a week or two more. There will be opportunities here. Okay, it's just got to let that signal. What about Coinbase? Coinbase, we talked about like 230 level. I think on the daily we were saying let that, I think it was this dot here, 216. Let me take a look. Maybe that's where we were last week. We were at 230 last week, looking for a retest of these lows with a gap fill down here. Where is it? Yeah, daily is still not there. I mean, daily hasn't gotten oversold in a while with HSI. I think this is a weekly situation. Yeah, here's the weekly. There's the arrow from last time. We're hitting the 50 level. Great. First step. I mean, this is just first step stuff. Remember this? Another M formation. Bang, bang, and then come down. Can we get HSI to get oversold? Because that's that double confirmation. That's really what we want to see, where we know, okay, it's come in more than enough, and let's look for it there. That's a bat on the weekly. But what we're looking for is something like this last arrow. There, HSI. Just like back in February, you need it to come in here. It could be as low as like that 186 level. Daily here. Going up. Couple more. Yeah, let's keep jumping around. Tesla and S&P 500. Sure. Tesla's, we talked about the Gartley, where 145, they hopped it, literally hopped it, but that's it. I'm not, I would want to see a confirmation, a retest. I mean, Tesla, great one. What was that? It was an oversold bounce. That's all. It was like a 2-day, 3-day phenomenon. I would still want to see the weekly. Look, here's your weekly. Look at all those. Looks really nice. I mean, this literally could be a first. Yeah, you need to basically close it right where it is today to get some kind of 3-bar breakout or something. And I said that last time, I'd rather wait for that for further development than to jump it. Anything that's there is just a reaction. That's all. What's going on, Paris? Mr. Fisher's in the house. Alpha, he's asking, what do I think about TIA, Celestia? Are we there yet? Oversold? On TIA? Like that? There's Celestia. HSI. I need a better, where's the Binance feed? A little shark on Bitfinex, but I want to see Binance or Coinbase. Always the issue. There's Coinbase. That's drawing us a crab pattern, shark pattern. Somewhere at 8. Where's confirmation? That's a good one. Oversold. Okay, but needs to turn up before I'm even considering it. Yeah. Yeah. Now look, we have to get the inflection of all of these. I mean, you're similar as the last signal, which really didn't do much. But until that pops out, and again, that's important to understand, it has to come out of the zone. Meanwhile, let's keep it rolling. What could we be looking at? What about like Cardano? Cardano, remember the crab pattern down at 38, 39? Sorry, where is that crab pattern? Binance feed. Dang it. Was another one why we'd be looking for that lower. What happened here? There it is. I know it was on KuCoin. Yeah. This has been the issue with a lot of these. They posted HSIs and we said 38.91. That was last week. Still 38.91. Great setup, but we need to get that confirmation. Daily, getting there. Almost there. Those are the kind of opportunities I'd be lining up. Remember I said Render needed to come in lower and retest its pattern? Well, it's there now. Render at $7. There's a bat pattern down here. Where's the bat pattern? Hold on. Shark pattern, sorry. And there's our 1, 2. 1, 2. 665 for Render. That's the 886. And what about HSI? HSI's there. So you're in a better spot. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about here. This is hit the oversold. Can we do the inflection out? Yeah. Red's going to wait for Tia on the 886 at 4. Yeah, I would. I would wait for all of those. What's up, J Darts? Hey, speaking of darts, need to just share this with anybody that's in Phoenix, Arizona. Tomorrow night, you will be able to go see a concert by the Madcaps and the Darts. The Darts were in French Rolling Stone. I mean, if that's anybody's over in France, subscribing to Rolling Stone. They're a great little band, great big band. And then Madcaps that's who does our intro song. So if you want to see those guys live, go down to Carly's restaurant. They're playing the parking lot. Get a few hundred people down there. Tomorrow night, check it out. If you're in Phoenix, go see the official band of HarmonicTrader.com, the Madcaps. Anyway, go have a couple drinks. Have 1 or 2 for me. Render 665. HNT, remember Helium last week? And it popped off the hop, and I just said it gets to T1. It's just a trade. Well, there you go. Helium was a hop at 385, but just a reaction on the daily, coming back down. And look what HSI is about to do to you. So I know some of you got in at that down there at 4-ish. Expect that to come back. HSI is going to trigger here, and you're going to spend more time lower. I dare say even come all the way back to the hop level. You got a lot of work to do. They're not doing what they should be doing to blast off to even give us a proper type 1, type 2 yet. What about a few more? Couple more. Where are the opportunities? What about like ICP? Should we be looking at that after it went from 3 to 20? Yeah, it traced out that pattern. Weekly. Still not there yet. But that wasn't the one I was thinking about. I think it was a Mutable X. Yeah, Mutable X. We talked about this one as well last week. What is it? BAT. Where's HSI? Oversold, but not out yet. And this is probably something we should consider for other crypto that are continuing to slide. Mutable X is going to register that oversold. You want it to at this point, and come down and pivot out. So you got work this week for sure. And let's think about target 2 at 122 on this move, and then generate it a signal next week. Okay, that's what's at stake. Claire's asking for Fetch AI, and I told you guys last time I dumped it. I got out of the rest of it, and I would relook for an opportunity there. There's my drawings from last time. 382. What's that? 177. You know, I put myself in the penalty box on that. I really, it was like, bad Scott, you knew better than that. But how do I feel now? A little bit better that I cleared out above 220-ish. And we'll get another opportunity, but not until I see some dots or I get oversold here, down there, or there. A lot of work, guys. What's up, Charcutieri Poppy? Yeah, we can go to Zoom, ZM. Let's go to XRP for GOG. What's up, G? Good to see you today. XRP, love the patterns. I told you last time, I like so many things about XRP longer term. Where's our buddy? Where's our XRP crew? But we need a dot. We need something, stabilization, but at least you've got massive patterns. This is going to be like a lot of those patterns from a year ago, 2 years ago. You're just going to bang in this zone until the larger environment can get going again. Still beautiful patterns. Still a great pattern I want to be looking left on. Do you want to buy more? Do we want to add to this? Not till I see something daily. I mean, again, we have this HSI. We talked about this last week of how these are going to at least cap the progress for now. And we got to come back to the downside, which looks like we can get there sooner than later. I think it's the $50, excuse me, the $50, 50 cent mark is still fine. Wherever you're looking at that. Where's the other? There was some patterns here on the daily. There's Binance feed. The other number, what was it? 44 cents? It was daily. There you go. A whole bunch of daily patterns. There it is. So it's a Gartley retest. Oh, did we busted that hop last week, right? 44. 2 weeks ago on the original. Your zone is as low as 44, but under 50. Okay, I'm looking for signals. And I do remember highlighting this. Look, this downtrend that started since last year has been violated. You're back testing, retesting that. Made progress. Come on back and retest the support. I think it's a 45 to 50 cent proposition for the opportunity. And I don't think it's a bad spot to be looking at. Look, you're not going to like days like today. You're not going to like days like today. All right. But you're looking for where can the opportunities develop? You know, like Nasdaq. Where's the opportunity on Nasdaq? It's lower. That's fine. It's after some signals get generated. But I'm waiting on it. Highlight one or two more. We said this about Doge, which is, you know, end all be all of speculation, I think. And we had, was it bat pattern down here? Bat pattern retest. There it is. And there's your T2. Please go back to last week. And we're there. So we hit it structurally. This 13.486 was the level we were looking for the retest. That's a start. Okay, you did the reaction. Come all the way back down, retest it. This is essentially the role model, the example to follow for all of these T coins. Reaction, come back, retest. Now, can we generate something oversold? You're not there yet. You're getting close, but it's not there. Not yet. I'll watch that one. But I just think today's day one for this setup on a 4 hour. And nothing changes with 4 hour patterns, daily oversold, triggers. There's the daily. Bang, you're oversold. You're now there. Last week we weren't here on the daily. Not to mention, Amplified is oversold for the first time since the beginning of the year. All right, that's how to read it. That's what we've been waiting for. So I'm not going to get too worked up by today. Couple more. Would I say that one is Scott? What's up, Red? He's saying one is Scott, two is framework and methodology, and we're the three. I don't know what you mean by that. I think there's some misconceptions because there's been a lot of garbage floated about patterns in general. Harmonics, Fibonacci. I think people are hyper-focused on one point or one level without confirmation. Even if you didn't do harmonic patterns and you were looking at other technical methods, you're still trying to combine at least two, maybe three different edges of analysis. If I'm looking at simple trend lines, I would want to look at maybe price action or some kind of indicator. And a lot of people foo-foo indicators. A lot of people are like, indicators don't work if you don't incorporate them with anything. Understanding that markets move from overbought to oversold is a critical framework in itself, in the thinking of understanding where are the opportunities. So just because we have a pattern on itself is not an opportunity. Pattern with confirmation and some price action, then you got an opportunity. One second. Hold on. Couple more. All right. Curve, CRV for SoPro 3. What's up, SoPro? Sure. Curve looks like this. Big patterns. Down there, low 40s the whole time. Back at 40 now. All right. That's a daily time frame. You tell me. What are the obvious things here? Obvious things on curve. Beautiful bat. Type 1, T1 goes all the way well beyond that. Now we come back for the retest, but what happens when we hit there? It's, they flushed it down, but look, software is generating the T2. ... We were talking the open here. I said last week, 43 cents, 43.80 is where you're looking in that zone. And that's still fine. You've come back in here. It's all because this happened. When we see this counter HSI, folks, it's just going to take more time. The levels are still valid. 44 cents minimum. Your confirmation at 43. Even on the flush down, the hop level at 36.68 cents was it. That was the overshoot. So we're in that ballpark. But like I said, with even simple trend lines or price action, did you pierce that trend line? Did we get any development beyond this yet? No. And we are, the weekly on CRB is here. So a lot of them, what happened since last week? They got stuck and oversold. They haven't done the inflection out yet. I'm definitely watching every day here the same way I was last week. This is how this is the job. This is what we have to do. I would really draw a lot of similarities where we are here to back to where we are here, back to last September when it just looked barren. But we were able to stabilize here a couple bars later and then pivot out. And even after the pivot, okay, we still had that 3 to 5 window. So focus on the zone. Focus on that minimum 3 to 5 window. We're not even at bar 1. But I think you've got everything you want to see for an oversold opportunity coming your way. Certainly. A couple others. You know, your favorite crypto that you wanted to buy at the top last month. Well, now it's on sale. Let me show you. Where's the other one? It was Filecoin. Another pattern coming back for the retest. There it is. Daily on this one's a daily. There you go. Beautiful bat pattern. There's actually a couple of signals, couple of dots here at 540, and this thing was 11 bucks a month ago. But that's what we want to line up. This was another weekly oversold as well. Look. Come on. There you go. Let that pivot out like the rest of them. We'll get an opportunity. It'll probably come right as we click into the next week or so. But you're down here in this oversold zone the same way you were down here. It just feels nasty. It feels nasty. You're like right on the edge of starting some kind of inflection. But you've been going through this whole thing for the last several weeks. You know, when you're here and you're coming down and you're coming down and you're looking at that and you've watched this all the way down. Yeah, you're a little tired of, waiting for that to pivot out. Same way here, especially since a few weeks ago with that big flush. But you're close on a lot of these, and I'm still going to focus on that. Get that to come out. One or two more interesting things like, well, how about Link? Link, one of the best talked about crypto there are. And look, daily, looks like this. Where's I think this is a 4 hour. Somewhere around 12 bucks on 4 hour for Link. There you go. It's a deep crab. And so I know we talked about this, maybe it was a week ago or more, but we just hit this morning. T2. We had beautiful crab. Come on back. Now, all right, on the 4 hour time frame. I said, yeah, last week I mentioned this. Maybe it was Thursday. Maybe as low as 1240. I think we were at 14. But there you go. Probably one of the better setups right now with this T2 where you're thinking type 2, target 2. Go back there. 4 hour pattern. Is it daily oversold yet? Almost. Look, you have a yellow dot here. You definitely need to stabilize in this area and get a pivot out. But it's a lot closer than last week. And again, probably one of the best setups in Link all year long. It's just, is it 1240 or is it 1158? It's not 13.5. 13.52 is the starting point. Couple more. Let's look at, what's that, RSR? Isn't that one of those new generation crypto? RSR on Binance, 4 hour time frame. Nope. Oof. Look at that puppy. A couple of daily oversolds, but I'm not there yet because of probably this is, look, we start to get to the same readings across the board. One, we need total and we need Bitcoin to pivot out to set anything up. And this is another one where, listen, just let Harmonic Strength Index be your friend and let it guide you. to where you'll have plenty of time for the opportunity. Until that pops out, you go there. You have to wait on it. So let it, it's what, half a penny at the moment. It went, what was the low? And just, what was that, back in September? You know, it was 0.2 of a cent, and then did like a 5x. Great. Come on in and let's register one more time. And that could be said for all of these. I mean, really, they're all in the same type of boat. So this is going to be a big week, and I got a feeling in about an hour we're going to see some more. James, what's up? Yes, Solana. We should talk about Solana. What's Solana doing? 125. It's the same thing here. They're all weekly that just hit last week. Oversold. Where is the opportunity for Solana? Wasn't there was like a bat pattern here right off the top. Hold on. 1 second. There it is. Okay, so remember the bat, and it was a beautiful T1 and then T2. Go back, I think go last Tuesday. We talked about it. T1, it's coming back. T2, where does that happen? Not till 121. You're really close. And between that and the weekly pattern, just you're going to have to let that come in and do the test. Yeah, I mean, daily's not there yet, but I know weekly, this is where you can see inside the whole situation. Like, weekly is oversold now. Amplified. You did the 50 move. You're here. There. Down to the 50. All right, but that has to turn up. Until that turns up, no opportunity in Solana just yet. And Solana's one everyone wants. They were chasing it up to 200. Now it's cut in half practically. And big patterns off of that one. Longer term, like let's say you're long Solana and you held it throughout the whole thing. I know people that bought it at 10. They bought it depending on the feed. It was either a shark or a bat pattern. And a lot of people think, yeah, this is going to go to 3,000 or what have you. That's fine. Just know that you're going to need another HSI, or going to need some kind of variable, oversold variable, to trigger to start that continuation, if that's what you're going to get. I'm not there yet on it. I will certainly watch it, and same way I'm watching Avalanche. Look, AVAX, we got patterns there. They're going to get it hit here, daily type 2 of that crab. We talked about this as a while back. Sorry, it's this one. There it is, deep crab at 28.20. Just did a delayed return. And now, okay, I would wait under every circumstance for 28.20 on Avalanche, but that's the kind of thing. Get a T2 to generate. T2's got to generate like right in here. And that's what I'd line up with all of these. You're going to get an opportunity. You're going to get oversold. We're post-halving, and so we're supposed to go into this crazy time period. Yeah, okay, let's get oversold. Avalanche again. You're in the oversold now, but it could be a week. It could be 2 weeks till that pivots out. Just like where we were here. You have to look at some prior examples to get a little precedent for what's about to take shape. You're there, just feels nasty because of what's happened in the last 6 weeks. But this is the oversold we were really wanting to see with that. And I actually switched out. I mentioned this before. And I feel actually almost a bit lucky that we switched out on our long-term portfolio with our last crypto webinar. Rolled out of that into Solana and Bitcoin, and I still held all of those. Let's see, Bitcoin, where are we at? We are just flirting with that 60K right now. On the 4-hour chart, here, come back here with this. And we're about to go, we'll go into a new bar in what? So we're in this 4-hour bar. We're not in a new bar for another 2 hours, 40 minutes. So it's going to be on this bar. You're going to cut into this zone. For Bitcoin, scraping that lower pattern, 60, 343 or 61. We've said all along 61,000. So, okay, 61, give me the signal. Give me some kind of oversold signal down here. Even 4-hour chart is not there yet. Yeah, we're right on the edge here. Let's go 5-minute chart. It has that pierced 60K for like a heartbeat. What is that? What's the low? The low is 6180. You're right there right now. I think that is everyone's fear. Everyone's fear is that it's going to pierce 60 and then just do like an elevator drop down to something ridiculous. Either way, this is the bigger deal with Bitcoin. Still need to see this pivot out. Couple more. You want to look at Riot, who said that? Lawrence, what's up? Yeah, I'm really bouncing around today. Riot looks like this. Interesting, that hasn't budged. What happened to HSI? Don't know. Can we get oversold? Can we get a dot down here under 10? I still think that's not a bad place to start looking. There's the daily. Let me bring up, I got to get back HSI. Hold on. Here is HSI. There you go. No, HSI on the daily for Riot just rolled over 2 days ago. Hold on, let me make that really shiny. There you go, that's better. I think with a lot of these, if you don't see this kind of a dot here or here or here, you have to wait. I think Riot, you go back 864 before that can happen, but you're here with some zones on the weekly. Look, here's that weekly time frame. Still holding up. XA levels 1087. You're 1032 right now. You would think that would be down a lot more. But, okay, not yet. What about Mara and the others? Mara had on the daily some patterns right down at, where was it? There you go. It's a shark. It's a shark reaction, but that's it. All right, so you come back to where? 15 or retest HSI. And these are going to be, I think you get oversold and you get some dots. Look, it's the kind of oversold condition you want. You want to see before, if you're going to get this big move post-halving, what is it going to take shape? It's still going to need a dot. It's still going to need that price action development. You go back to September, a similar situation. Let's go. I want to show one or two side things. So we got to talk about the dollar. What the heck's going on with the dollar? Dollar index. This is why you're seeing the prices get eroded. You have dollar popping like that. Hasn't even done much. 106, 107. The real problem, I said last week, I'll say it again, is above 107. But we do have insight why the dollar seems to be persistent now. Okay, dollar yen, folks. We said, what happens if it gets above 155.43? You're there now, trying to put in some kind of confirmation. Just watch dollar yen. Okay, because that gets above the current peak here and violates it. I don't think so just yet. But remember, it's a weekly, probably the best is a weekly situation here. Here's September. That was the start of the crypto run. Okay, why? Come on back down. Rally it back up to the pattern. Now we should be looking at 155.43. You want to see this be bearish this week? Like the rest of them, we're still early, and a couple of oversold readings that need to come out of the zone. That's going to be a big story next few weeks now into the month of May. Whatever the dollar does, the markets will follow. Yep. Who said that? Carthago. I'm wondering if that is a blow off. I'm wondering if that is too much all at once. And now, that's about as far as it's gone. But this is the thing, I mentioned this last time. The monthly is a different deal. The monthly is pretty remarkable with that progress and that breakout. So we'll start May tomorrow, and that will end up being a breakout candle on the monthly. The quarterly is the one that I cited where we could probably just run to 168 on the quarterly chart, and that takes you into the end of June. Looking for some ancillary insights of, okay, what's going on? Is it the lack of demand in crypto that you're not getting what you want to see to develop? No, it's a dollar story. It's a dollar story because the other side of this is that the interest rates continue to be persistent. 2-year yield back above 5%. And we have a lot of things to be looking at where we would think, is this it? Could this be just an overspill move, or is it something more? That's a quarterly. There's the weekly. All right, and I'm watching this closely. The dollar yen situation is kind of leading that, where if rates are going to continue to be persistent here, then don't expect the markets to follow through. I mean, you're not going to get the markets to run when 2-year yields are above 5% or even more. And we're here with daily multiple patterns, no confirmation. Okay, you're up there. Remember the bat pattern? That was the reason why the market turned around. Let me blow this up really big. Look, it's like this. Bat pattern, you come back. Now we're retesting the zone. We bullish pattern down here at 420 for you degenerate people. 4.2% was the low on that 2-year yield. Now you ran right through all the possibilities. Okay, bearish shark pattern. Should have capped it at 470. And since we busted 470, I'm going to say that this is probably on track for 530 on the 2-year yield. That's a trouble. That creates a situation for the markets where they're not going to like it. You're going to start to bleed off money where people are going to be like, okay, market's rolling over, 2-year yields at 5%. Why not just sit there and wait it out? And until we get some kind of confirmation up there, there's nothing stopping this. If it was going to roll over, it would have been back here. Just another fact for what we're dealing with. That's the 2-year. Let's jump to gold. Remember what I said about gold. 1618 extension that was capped, and we needed to watch it, and back down to like 2150. I'm not going to spend much time on gold other than let's admire the ideal reversal. The 1618 was off of this. I think it was here. Yeah. Off of that 1618, like right there. And 382 is likely. Your 382 pullback level, what's that, 2130, 2150? And that would be a great opportunity for gold. Probably the next step in the process before we do the bigger, realize the bigger moves. Yeah, there's the monthly. There's the all-time chart. And I still say that, look, you've got this that you're dealing with. You go monthly 1618. That was right there. Yeah, 2400. Maybe it was a little bit higher, 2420. So that's it for now for gold. You'll get another opportunity, and I would suggest think about it for the decade. Okay, this is a great start. You're halfway through the decade. Where's gold going to be in a few more years? I think you eventually, with gold, you're starting to do what you did all the way back here. So from the early 80s, long term, gold loves 1618s there. Pull back and then go again. What was the top there? That top was like a 2618. Essentially, you're looking for an extreme extension longer term. Gold is going to be one of the ones that you go into the next several years, you're not going to get hurt in it. As a hedge, as a safe haven, yeah, 2618 is 3400. We're looking for just overspill move where 1902 to 2.0 is like, it's more like a $2,700-$2,800 creature only after the pullback. So again, be patient with it. Be patient with it. Carthago says Deutsche Bank was down 10%. Again, things are breaking. Yeah, things are, well, I don't know. I'm Deutsche Bank is a propped up institution, like a lot of institutions. He's saying this, Deutsche Bank, DB. That's been a problem company for a long time. Look, here's Deutsche Bank. Get some perspective. It's like Citicorp right after the financial crisis. Weekly, you know, it just gets some perspective. Yeah, you got some weekly things here. Oh, look what you have. Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank is a type 2 hop level 1632. That should be about it. And that's a nasty, look at that price action. Massive bullish engulfing. Now, we need to close underneath that low. And dare I say, not really a shooting star. Mitch would be a lot better on that than me, but that's it. You still need the bearish close. I'm going to look that up. That's a significant formation. Anyone knows that one? Definitely let me know. Couple more. Vermicious Nid says that marijuana rescheduling from DEA, weed stocks are skyrocketing. Well, it's about time. It's about time. How about those? What's the, what is that one? Well, let's look at the big players. Like, well, what's Tilray doing? Tilray, I wouldn't say that's really skyrocketing. 223. All right, that's skyrocketing for today, since you closed yesterday at like 190. Maybe that's the start of something. Look, the problem with these, You have patterns, but not a lot of response. What about CGC, Canopy? Interesting. Massive Gartley, but I remember trying to hit that Gartley at like 25 and got my clock cleaned on, and that was 2022, where they didn't do anything. Yeah, maybe. There's the daily on Canopy. That could be a good low floater play. Let me show you some things that I'm looking at. Some things that are definitely been decimated. Here's Snap. Longer term, we have a lot of patterns, and they're kind of like Riot, if you will, and some of those other crypto miners taking their time down here at these low levels. But look, Snap got crushed, and then you put in a dot like 2 weeks ago. Is this the start of something larger? Maybe. I'm watching it. A lot of these have been, really decimated, but we're down here with something. Where's what was the other one? Snap. Oh. Was it Uber? No, it wasn't Uber. It was Lyft. Sorry. Okay, Lyft is another one. Daily. Big patterns down here. Where you go? Weekly? Yeah. I think that's a dot. No, it wasn't Lyft. I hate doing that. Let me move on. Really quick. Let me look at a couple of the big. Let's look at the Dow and the SPY. Diamonds. What's going on here? We didn't look at the Dow recently. 4-hour time frame. There you go. Okay. Shark pattern from last week. Where is that going? You're 380 at the moment. Full retest. You don't get a dot here until 378. I think it's easy to get caught up with everything that's collapsing today and not be looking for opportunities. They got to come in lower. We do have a lot of patterns, folks. We talked about oversold patterns last week. We just don't have confirmation yet. And that's probably what's shaping up here, where they're going to throw things away. You're going to get into a nasty environment if like 2-year yield gets above 5%. Crypto takes it on the chin. There's the diamonds, 376. S&P 500. Haven't even talked about that today. Much like the Nasdaq. Recent triggers of, just that bounce from last week was getting oversold. There's a bat down there. Basically 5,000. Here's the daily. So daily had this dot on S&P 500. What does that mean? You need to hold essentially 5,000. 5,015 is that trigger low. Today's 1 day. 1 day. 4-hour. There you go. Yeah, there's the 4-hour bat pattern. And going back into the zone. So the way to read that with this S&P 500 up here, around 5130. And that was even this morning. Come back into the zone. I think, targeting like 5024, targeting some retests now makes sense. And that, we've got a lot of time. I'm hoping we can get an announcement here. We get a flush and we get oversold. We trigger those readings. That's, it's a delayed effect, but that's what we're looking at. 4-hour ES is oversold too. It's probably, it's the storm before the calm. Yeah, what's up, Red? Yeah, he's saying there's another HSI trigger underneath that. Yeah. CGC just halted because of circuit breaker. Did they just come out with that today? CGC is a giant harmonic. CGC. They paused that. Oh, look at that. Yo, not bad. All right. Look, hey, if they're going to decriminalize this finally, as they should have like 4 years ago or maybe 40 years ago, this will have a long way to go. Yeah, you have giant harmonics here. You do. The problem is they have lagged, and I want to be aware of anything that's, gets overextended like this, like, get to 1355 on this move and then pivot out. But the weekly time frame, yeah, you have a long way to go here. It could be a good spot to start looking, not jump in, but like the rest of them, it really underscores the point. Look, yes, it's a massive harmonic. Okay, but oh, this one did split. I mean, that's a reverse split too. So the reverse split of that was 500 at the top. I think they did a reverse 10 for 1. But look, you finally break the downtrend, and then there's the first couple of signals. That was like a year ago. Relatively speaking, we still haven't moved. Good to know this, though. I mean, you did need something on that fundamental story to change that sector. Many people, myself in 2022, got burned on those because I thought they would decrim then. What's the other one? The big one. CGC, Tilray, IPI. Hold on. That was, hold on. I'll come back to that. Before we get out of here, I want to look at a couple of the big ones. Big Megatech. So here's Microsoft. Check it out. Back under 400. Weekly dot. Where's the daily? Oh, hold on. Daily's like this. Had a nice little post-earnings bounce, but right back down. And I think it was a 4-hour. We looked at this last time. It's a type 2 here. There it is. Great. We're looking at Microsoft last week. Did the T1 dollar sign. Now we're back. And there's another one. You got to wait and let that come in. Maybe as low as 387. Meta got crushed last week. Where's the opportunity? 4-hour? Not yet. Daily, weekly, daily. Yeah, the daily was a dot on Meta. And I mentioned this last week. I'm going to mention it again. So one of the things I'm looking for as like a trigger, because the dot it's kind of the complete realization of confirmation. Like if you don't know anything about our confirmation strategies, that's fine. You're simply wanting to combine the dot with a pattern. And then when we get that, you're looking for the retest of the bar, that open. That's where things should start to happen for Meta. And that retest is back there at what? The open of that bar, around 421. About 10 lower. Not there yet. The big one I did want to cite in terms of market cap, mega cap, is Amazon for this situation on the weekly. All right, check out the shark. And we're still up in that zone. I'm not yet, but we got earnings coming out. When are they? They came out. They were already out. No, they're today. I guess that's after the close, right? Well, I'm staring this in the face for Amazon, that shark pattern. And I'm not crazy about it. I'm certainly not longing that. Even if you get a post-earnings pop, it's probably to be sold. Too many of these things going on. The other one's Google, which huge progress. Google last week. But look what it hit. Hop level. This one's a little bit stronger, but take a look. On the daily. Sorry, there you daily. Same shark with a little. No, this was a crab pattern here. What's the point? 165. You're hitting all of these zones. It's not places to long. We've done the run. Now we ran into these larger zones. You're not longing this. No matter what happened post earnings, they're selling earnings. That's earnings. Here's 2 days later. You're down 5%. There's no opportunity there. All right. And if anything, you're staring bearish patterns in the face. So not doing anything yet. Curaleaf, we looked at that. No, we looked at Tilray. That was the other one we looked at before, Curaleaf, in terms of cannabis sector. Yes, call it cannabis. And there's a bat. Those are big harmonics. Hop level at 223. It's taken forever. Where is the acceleration? It's got to get out of the zone. This is kind of like crypto a year ago. You just spent a long time in that zone. It's still a type 1. So Curaleaf's at $6. All right, today's day 1. Today's, it's a big candle day. Great. Let's look at it after today, after this week, for an opportunity to finally get up. If this is really going to get moving, you're going to get out of the zone. And you'll go to target 1 off of that bat. For me, every time I jump into something, and I've done it more than ever I want to recall, you're going to get burned. I'm going to get burned. I jump into something where it's like, oh, I assume that's going to immediately go to target 1. No. You're there. Can I get something on an hourly, or can I get even a 5-minute? This is an example. Treat that as a day trade, right? Even on a 5-minute basis, you're overbought. Great, no problem. There's the last 5-minute pattern, 481. But knowing what you know about the longer term, if it's going to set it free with daily and weekly to pop out, now, it's going much higher. I mean, we're not just looking for a simple pop off of a pattern like this. You're looking for, okay, cannabis sector is going to be legal. All right, these players have already sustained the worst of their damage. Is this going to open up a new paradigm? Maybe. But if it's really going to go technically and get out of this zone, get above 661. You're at $6 now. I'm not. We'll come back to that on Thursday. You've got my attention now. So be it. And we did look at this maybe a month ago. It was like this. We were saying, all right, get to the right down there and trigger something to the right. Let's go. BTC. We started there. Let's go back. Somebody who put that up. Kenneth. 60K. Yeah, it's 61 or 6,100. Here it is. Begging to get flushed down. Again, it's not 60K. It's 4-hour oversold. Trigger, please. You're not there yet. It's probably you want the hop entry. If you're looking for a trade, and what's his face is about to talk, maybe in 15 minutes, you'd look for the flush now. Get the flush, get the 4-hour on the next bar or two, as low as 58, 57, 397. Those are the measured levels on this type 2 retest. That's what you're looking for. I mean, you're 60K right now. 60K doesn't matter. Okay, it's what's the next signal? Where's the next oversold? And then certainly, we're gonna be working this weekly for a while. With the fact that we made no progress last week, We couldn't even turn up last week. So just let that come to you. A Bitcoin's going to be a buy. Where is the buy? Is it right here? Not without confirmation. Okay, we're looking for a sufficient launch pad. We get this down. Are we at the 50 level now? This is so close. Your weekly reading is I think it's your 50.73 right now. That blue line. So 50 anything is what we've been waiting for since this came out of that overbought about 3 weeks ago. Really like there. And we're literally hitting it right now. Okay. That's the starting point, and that's the way to think about it. You need to click a couple of triggers before you could even get your brain around clicking a long button. There's the first one. With a lot of these others, they're getting close, but we probably have to come back, and they won't even give us an inflection till Thursday when we're here in 2 days. Yeah, look, BTC is going to hold longer term. You're in this retracement phase, so line it up. I'm not. I'm anticipating this completion. Complete the retracement. Wherever that happens, then after that gets the official oversold trigger, then we're going to go, because then we'll get on with things. I think we had to go through this situation now. And again, guys, we're up here. Remember, the last 2 months, and we're only down 10%. Look, if this was going to be a lot worse, you'd be down 20 or 30% already. Okay, we're just waiting for signals, waiting for triggers. Get those and then go. But look, give it another day. Give it 2 more days. Come on back to see me Thursday, 12 noon. All right? We'll check in where we are. Don't fret. This is part of the process. All right, folks, you got it. Until Thursday, as always, go get them. And we'll give away a couple books. And, hey, check out Volume 2. Study that material, because this is explaining the whole process. You know, you get these pullbacks. They seem vicious, but they're opportunities. Okay? That's what I'm looking at. That's Volume 2, Harmonic Trader Volume 2, 2002. Sorry, 2007. Come on back. Until then, get me on Discord, harmonictrader@gmail.com. Thanks, folks.